Good morning. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live from the HCC TV podcast studio. Good to have you with us on Up to the Minute this Wednesday morning, August the 9th. My co-host this morning joined us from her home, Dr. Amy Tan. Good to see you, Amy.
Good morning, Todd. Good to see you.
Good morning. It's a rough morning. A little late last night. Went to a concert. Didn't get home till like 11, so it was way past about 11:30. Way past my bedtime when I got home last night. But good fun. Good to get out. Hot as blazes out there. And I know you got up a bit early to go catch a run this morning, huh?
I did. Yesterday I didn't think it was quite as bad, but today it was just as bad.
Yeah. I think I went out in the car yesterday afternoon. It said 115.
Oh, that is just
Yeah.
unacceptable.
Yeah, I take the dogs out for a walk in the middle of the day, and they'll actually just lay down when they're tired. The little one, I have to pick her up and carry her around because she's just like, I'm done. I don't know why you make me go out in this heat, but thanks anyway. But today you can stay indoors, watch the show, and of course, enjoy the next half hour. We got your HCC news and information for the next half hour, some special guests coming up, and we are here live just about every morning. HCC is in session, Mondays through Fridays at 10 a.m. But Amy, they can always catch us in social media and on HCC TV.
That is right. We are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC. We're also on YouTube. You can find us on X, which is formerly Twitter, LinkedIn, and on our HCC TV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. That's Monday through Friday.
That's right. Okay, Amy, you're going to be talking with this next guest. It's Small Business Wednesday, and we're speaking with a winning team member of the summer PitchFest. Pranjal Sheth is here joining us live this morning. Good to see you, Pranjal.
Good morning, Todd. Thanks for having me.
You were looking forward to hearing about your pitch and the winning team, so stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes.
Got it.
All right, we're going to kick things off. We've got a special guest here. You may recognize him. He was on ABC 13 recently, and we're talking about a student from HCC's inaugural AI bachelor's degree program. Anthony Randall is joining us, and he's a first-year student in the program. Anthony, good to see you.
Hi, how are you?
So we're doing good. Now, you were on ABC 13 recently. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was a really cool opportunity. I just went to a job fair and I was checking out all of the booths. And one of the job fair's booths, they had our AI bachelor's plan on it. And I inquired about it. And they took me to the AI and robotics lab. They wanted a student of the degree plan to interview. And that's what I ended up doing for ABC 13.
And this is like a first for HCC. We're offering this 4-year program. Tell us about the classes and how it's gone so far.
So far, I've been taking my basic classes such as math, education 1300, and English. So I'm still pretty fresh into the degree plan. I've taken one artificial intelligence class, which is called Artificial Intelligence History, Theory, and Platforms. It basically gives you a rundown of how AI started, where it's going, and the applications of it. But next semester for me will be really busy because I have classes such as AI and cybersecurity, computer vision, really applicable classes.
And I know HCC had a conference earlier this year. How did that help you in getting some ideas for future employment?
Yeah, it really broadened my horizons. With a lot of fields that the AI will impact. For example, one of the brochures I scanned with my phone took me to a company called Lucas Newell. One of the things this company does is produce training systems in areas like automation and smart farming. In the future, we can look for things such as drones to map fields and analyze the soil for farming purposes. People will need to program such devices and make sure they stay operational. So that's how that helped, definitely.
AI seems like in the last 3 to 6 months, it has just taken over in the news. We got ChatGPT, which is out there, and a couple of another podcast I do. We covered this subject extensively, and there's a lot of things. I mean, it's growing, but there's a lot of things that's unknown. In your own personal opinion, do you think it's growing too fast right now?
Too fast? As a first-year student, I'm still pretty new to everything AI is doing. I disagree, though, that it would be growing too fast as AI doesn't really have the means to think on its own or do anything dramatic. We learned in our first class, I was mentioning the history theory and platforms, AI is only as strong as the hardware it can run on. So currently the hardware we have at the moment dictates the pace in which AI can grow and do something dramatic, such as overtake the world. Just my opinion.
Do you think we need more regulations in it? I know right now Congress is in, if you look at Capitol Hill, there's a lot of discussions going on about how we can regulate this before it gets out of hand. Have you thought about that much?
I've given some thought to it. Of course, we saw where people were training AI models to make art, but there was some controversy over it because whose art was the AI given to be trained with?
Right.
That's somebody's intellectual property. So for sure, there should be regulations in place.
Tell us, you've got some interest in social media and AI. Tell us about that.
Yeah. As a student, I'm interested in implementing AI in some capacity across social media to make it more accessible. So an example of this is when we scroll through Instagram, you've probably noticed that you don't have to click on a video to hear what's going on. You could simply read what's happening on the screen, and that's actually AI doing text to voice. So when I was on AABC 13, I did further research in the type of social media moderation I was thinking about, such as filtering hate speech, troll accounts, malicious links, etc. As it turns out, there's already products developed for these purposes, such as Membrace. But nevertheless, I'm still interested in finding out exactly how these products work. And in the future, I'd love to be able to contribute to building such a model. And I'm confident that this degree will enable me to do that.
And you're on track to finish in 4 years. Is that your goal?
That is my goal.
Okay. I know recently we were all thrilled that 3 HCC students won the top prize at the Intel AI Global Competition. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so a 3-student team from HCC Southwest won the top prize at the Intel AI Global Impact Festival in San Jose, California. These students' names were Sir Brown, Dina Marie Stager, and Ryan Galbraith. They competed against more than 1,000 student entries from 25 nations to win the top award in the 18 or older age group. And they won this award by their project. It is the Indoor Industrial Safety Program, and it utilizes AI and digital mapping to increase the safety in indoor workplaces.
In your classes, do they use this competition as part of the instruction? Do they talk to you all about this?
Currently, I haven't taken any classes that does, but in the future, I'm more than certain that I will run across it.
What are you most looking forward to with this degree as you progress through the program? I mean, it's a first time for HCC. You're one of the first students. I mean, everybody's wanting your success. What are you hoping to get out of this?
I'm hoping to get the technical knowledge to apply the best practices to build things such as the students we were talking about build, and be prepared to enter a workforce that requires AI, requires somebody to program AI systems to be up to date and complete the tasks that we need to be completed in our future.
Obviously, you're headed in the right direction with this. What attracted you to AI in the first place? What to want to get this degree? Was there one moment when you thought about something, and this is the future path I want to go on?
Yeah, so what attracted me to it was, as a lot of people I was curious about AI, and I was just researching it. And I was in Austin prior to this working a sales job. And I saw that there was a degree being offered for artificial intelligence, and I wanted skilled labor. So I signed myself up for the Associate of Applied Science. But fortunately, I received news that there was going to be a bachelor's, and I just really like education. So that's how I got into this.
You're I mean, it's an incredible thing that you're in right now, Anthony. We pull for you and wish you the best. When you get an internship, which I'm sure you're going to soon, I want you to come back on the show and let us know how it's going.
I'd love to be back on the show. Will do.
Anthony Randall, first-year student in HCC's Artificial Intelligence Bachelor's Program. That's right. It's a 4-year degree. We've got it here. We'll have all the information in our social media post after the show. Thanks for being here, Anthony. Take care.
Thank you for having me. Goodbye.
All right. Amy, exciting times at HCC. I mean, this is a first for us. We've got that, and we've got one other 4-year bachelor's degree we're offering now as well. I'm sure more are on the way.
It is really an exciting time for HCC to be able to work with the community to provide these programs that are, as Anthony said, it's skilled labor in the workforce.
And the big takeaway from this, which I didn't get a chance to ask Anthony about, is the cost savings. I mean, you go 4 years to HCC, realistically, you could get out with a 4-year degree with zero or very little debt.
Especially if you can qualify for the financial aid.
Yeah.
And even if you're paying out of pocket, we're talking less than $10,000.
It's amazing.
It is. And
for a 4-year degree.
Yes, for a 4-year degree. And that's been a long time goal of our Texas Higher Ed Coordinating Board, is to sort of hit that target. And how hard that is with inflation, tuition, college tuition, and not at HCC, but in the 4 years has been just rising at an incredible rate.
Well, we've got a solution for it, and we're excited about it. Amy, I know you've got a special guest that's going to be joining us as well.
Yes, I'm so pleased to welcome another HCC student, Pranjal Sheth, who's also the CFO of LiQuidium, as well as a winning team member of HCC's Summer PitchFest. Welcome and congratulations, Pranjal.
Thanks, Amy. I'm excited to get started.
So all entries were to come up with an innovation in sustainability, but your team is doing it at the energy and industrial space. How did the idea for LiQuidium come about, and what inspired you to focus on this problem of extracting lithium sustainably?
It's actually a crazy story how I got involved. I'm an undergraduate in finance, and so I have no technical background in this. Last December, Erin Picton, who's a third-year PhD in chemical engineering, reached out to me. She said there's this DOE competition going on, and it's around energy tech startups. It's called Energy Tech Up. And she was like, I want to participate. I need to know how to make a pitch deck. I need to know how to do the financials, how to make this economically feasible. We had met one time prior to that and had a normal conversation. And so the fact that she approached me was amazing. We got connected. From that day to February, we worked on pitch decks. We talked to founders. We talked to people in the geothermal space, people in the venture space, and kind of tried to understand what it was and what we were getting involved with. And we understood there was a dire need for the technology that she had made. We ended up participating in the competition. We were the Southeast winner, went to nationals. We unfortunately didn't win nationals, but did leave there with both an idea as well as the business plan. After that, we obviously participated in the HCC competition, have won that, are currently involved in the Energy Innovations competition, and then later this year are going to Singapore for the LiQuidium business plan competition. And so the idea started from nothing, and now we're at a business plan and possibly a startup that we're actually going to continue.
That is so exciting. Do you need some other people to go with y'all to Singapore? No, I'm just kidding. But what a wonderful story of how social networking, the need for interdisciplinarity, and I understand, we're talking about not just cross disciplines, but we're cross degree plans. This is just a whole bunch of wonderful opportunity, innovation, and that just amazing connection. Sorry, my dog just came in the room. He wants to join in. He also wants to go to Singapore. No, I'm kidding. Though you're the financial end of things, tell us more about LiQuidium, your team, and how the innovative technology works.
I think our team got created in a perfect manner, right? I handle most of the financial BD side. I talk to venture capitalists. I was obviously participant in the HCC competition. I signed us up for all these competitions and non-dilutive funding opportunities. Erin Picton is the PhD in chemical engineering. She made the membrane technology itself, is currently working on the patent process, and serves as a CEO. And so I kind of filter out any conversations that don't need to go to her. Then we have Parisa Taheri. Parisa is also a chemical engineering PhD, also in her third year, but she made a novel manufacturing method that fits perfectly with the membrane technology. And after combining both of those, like, that's when we realized this could be a real thing, and this is not just a technology made in the lab. So it turned out very well, where I don't need to have both the co-founders on all the calls. I can speak to some of the technical aspects, and when I do need to have one of them, not both of them have to have be spending their time on the calls.
And the demand for lithium is clearly increasing rapidly. Is LiQuidium's solution for answering that demand why you won the HCC PitchFest?
It is definitely part of it, right? I think the lithium demand, like, we don't know it unless you're like immersed in it, right? But people talk about renewables, and people talk about oil and gas and how we need to kind of electrify all that, right? But the power can't be transmitted unless you have a renewable grid, or a grid that can take on more electricity and more power. And the grid can only be hardened by either making more power lines or having some storage. And storage happens through lithium batteries. Lithium batteries are the most efficient storage method that's currently commercially available on the market. And so there's a lot of demand for lithium. Most lithium refining happens in China. Most lithium extraction happens in South America and China. And so the fact that the US is trying to bring rare earth metals, which includes lithium, to the States is a huge reason why LiQuidium is going to do really well over the next couple of years. Because not only is there a demand for lithium, but there's a demand for locally sourced lithium. And so talking with all the partners, we understood that, like, this demand is going to allow for our extraction to be implemented in a lot of partners who want to be, like, in this area.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And I know that lithium batteries are, they're on the higher pricier end, and so I know there's a demand there. Can you talk to us a little bit about the PitchFest competition itself? Like, how did it help you advance your ideas in your project?
I think one of the biggest things for us, there's two main things. Right now, we're looking for non-dilutive funding for a $400,000 pilot that we're trying to get deployed by December of this year with an identified partner. And two, we're trying to have conversations, right? The biggest thing around a startup is people think there's an idea and suddenly it's a company, as long as you put in the effort. There's so many revisions. We've already revised the idea, I would say, hundreds of times in the last 6 months we've had it. Every competition we go to, we get new ideas. Every person we talk to, they give us a new perspective. Everything we do is around refining the idea, understanding our market, understanding our customers, understanding implementation, pricing, and everything there. And so being part of these competitions, the biggest thing we get is not the money, it's the network, right? So, like, now I'd say we're plugged in with the HCC network. I'd say there's venture capitalists who are going to see this news feed or this podcast and are going to understand, like, oh, there's this company out there. Let me reach out to them. Let me have this conversation. They're going to give us this feedback, and then we're going to refine our deck. We're going to refine our business model, and then eventually implement that pilot that we're aiming to do. And so those are the next steps for us.
So that was kind of my next question. So is there more that you can tell us about your next step in terms of piloting and what's going to happen? Basically,
to give you a quick scope of, like, what lithium extraction is, because I know it goes over the head. Like, until I was involved in it, I didn't know any of the technical aspect. But basically, lithium comes out of the ground as a liquid. It needs to be refined into lithium carbonate or lithium chloride before it can be used. And this middle refining process is where we provide a solution. The current solutions on the market allow for 60% lithium extraction. And so 60% of the lithium is extracted, and then the rest goes back into the ground. Our technology allows for 90% of that lithium extraction. And so since we're more efficient, we're trying to deploy with all these operators that are currently already doing lithium extraction, since they could just implement our technology, which would be in the shape of a shipping container and just located at their facility. And then we're trying to implement with people that weren't previously in the space, because implementing lithium extraction into your current business model wouldn't deter from what you're currently doing, but only add to the revenue streams that you're making.
That is just, I mean, thank you for that explanation. It is very helpful and very exciting times for you and for your project and for this partnership. It was so great to meet you and talk to you. Thank you for being here, Pranjal Sheth, HCC student and CFO of LiQuidium, as well as winning team member of HCC's Summer PitchFest.
Got it. Thank you, Amy. Look forward to talking to you guys next time.
Take care. And I hope we'll get to see you back one day.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you both. And Amy, we got a few announcements to get through before we wrap up today's show. One of them, it's happening today, August the 9th. It's called Fempreneurs, How Female Entrepreneurs Should Market Their Business. Though it's a good time for women to start a business, some might lack confidence to take risks. So this virtual series continues with some tips. It's from noon to 1:30 p.m. today. You can watch it after the show. Say hi to your daughter for me. She's right behind you, Amy.
I don't think she realizes she's on the camera. There she is.
We always get guest appearances on the show. Anyway, it's a hybrid event. Check our post after the show and you can register. Also, there's a summer food scholarship program that's ongoing and it's super easy to collect some food.
Yes, we are so pleased to offer this program. It's HCC's Food Scholarship Program, offering free groceries such as fresh fruit, veggies, protein, canned goods, and more. Sign up is easy, but walk-ins are always welcome. 1 to 4 p.m. That is Tuesday, next Tuesday, that was yesterday, August 8th. But we will also have 9 to 4 p.m. on Wednesday, today, and Thursday, August 9th and 10th. That's going to be at HCC Spring Branch campus at the Student Success Center. Check the post after the show for all the registration info.
All right. If you're looking to register, we've got registration fairs, and literally, folks, they're happening across the district. We want to get you registered. Staff are going to be at on the campuses this coming Saturday and the next Saturday, leading up to the first day of classes. There's a college and community fair happening at HCC's Northwest College. That's 9 a.m. to noon this Saturday, August the 12th, at the A-Leaf Hayes campus. You can literally go there, meet with advisors, talk about financial aid, tour the campus, see about the programs you want to take. They are there to get you registered, walk you through that. So if you need some help registering this weekend and next weekend at the Northwest College, and literally, Amy, I know they have these, we mentioned a few colleges, but they pretty much have these on all of our campuses for the next couple of weekends.
Yes, we're really making a push to help students, to be there for students who are still trying to get registered for classes. And we also have a wonderful event coming up, a favorite subs and sandwiches with Tellefson. HCC and MBDA are continuing their popular subs and sandwiches, and this time it is hosted by Tellefson. So that's going to be from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That's next Wednesday, August 16th. Be sure to check out the post for the registration info.
There's a faculty exhibition happening, Converging Ground Level, HCC's Northeast College. It's a collection of paintings, drawings, and mixed media digital artworks, and it's by faculty member Elizabeth Depew. Monday, August the 21st through November 3rd. It's at HCC's Northline Gallery. Of course, it's free. Just stop on by. We'll have some information in our post after the show. And as we mentioned, fall registration is underway, and I think classes start, 2 weeks from Monday?
August 21st.
That's right. And you've got 5 ways to learn. 2 of them completely online, 2 of them are hybrid, and then traditional in-person classes. You can sign up for those. They do fill up fast, though. So make sure you go to one link, hccs.edu/apply. Okay, tomorrow on the show, we'll be talking about HCC's, you might know a little bit about this, our mass communications program. You know a little bit about that?
Just a little bit.
And for Thursday Family Fun Day, the Buffalo Bayou Partnership will discuss its great downtown site for tomorrow's outdoor showing of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. I don't know if I'd want to watch that outdoors.
Outside,
sounds like fun.
In the heat.
I don't know. It's not the heat that scares me. When you're watching, those birds,
they're aggressive.
all it takes is one of them to start it. And next thing you know, we're all targets. Just keep that in mind. Just be thankful the birds don't talk to each other and just want to always attack us. Anyway,
completely different kind of mass communication. Sorry.
What's that?
Completely different kind of mass communication.
A different type of mass communications. Amy, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week, right?
Yes, you will. Thanks.
All right. And thank you all for joining us. Shardae's hosting the show tomorrow. She'll be live 10 a.m. right here for Up to the Minute.